Reporter there joining us live from the Central Business District. Now let's cross over to another live event, the commissioning of the Wings to Fly, another of the edition of the Equity Wings to Fly. The event is currently live and the Equity CEO, James Mwangi, is currently speaking. Let's listen in.
The kids making it for university admission, we realized we were uniquely positioned to shape the future leadership of this country. And we felt that we would incorporate leadership development in the Wings to Fly program. So from the time these kids are selected, then we put them on a leadership program by exposing them to the national leaders, the Chief Justice, the Governor of the Central Bank, the political leadership led by the President, his deputy, cabinet secretaries, and corporate industry captains to come and speak to them, to come and inspire them. What we have seen is that 80% of all our kids are prefects now in school, and they are leaders at university level. And we felt that if we had achieved that, we needed them to expose these future leaders to global socialization, to global networks, and maybe the best education anywhere in the world. So essentially, as soon as they finish Wings to Fly, we pick all those Wings to Fly kids who have got an A and an A minus, put them together with the best girl and the best boy in every sub-county, together with all the other kids in the nation for the last 2 years who have got an A grade. Last year, there were 700. We work on them throughout a year. We give them a paid internship that gives them about 450,000 by end of 10 months before they join university, so they can fully pay their public universities, so that we ensure they don't have the pain. But then we realized we could be able to work on them, and 10% we guarantee them international education. So last year we had 83 out of the 700 making it to be admitted to the world best universities. And essentially what then we have done is to expose them globally, socialize them globally, help them to create global networks, and hopefully they will become the best leaders this country would have produced, because they have also been given the best education the world can offer. So it's not just about the strict leadership to the environment of our country, the capability of our country, but exposing them to the best capability the world could offer. So far, we have 436 students studying outside. This year seems to be the most promising. Early decision, we have already had 33 admitted. A time like this last year, we only had 27, and we ended up with 83. So this year, we are optimistic and anticipate we'll be able to send 100 kids through this airlift program that gives them global exposure.
Now, just one last one. You have had all these achievements, but what remains the greatest challenge for you in as much as you strive to provide education, not only in the country, but also global exposure, as you said?
We feel we have adequately inspired the country to be compassionate about the underprivileged, particularly the gifted children. The country is now have taken that little challenge. The government has come hardy to ensure none of the kids drop out of school. But we feel that we will now use the Wings to Fly program to benchmark the national education system. We want the nation to focus now on quality. If you look, because of the support we give the Wings to Fly kids, they outperform the national kids by a huge margin. Last year at the national level, for every 10 kids the ministry presented for examination, only one qualified to go to university. Under the Wings to Fly, 7 out of every 10 qualified to go to university. If you look at the global scholarships, we are sending more scholars to the world best universities than any country in Africa. So we feel that quality would be the next best thing. Can we have the standards of education lifted so that education becomes relevant to the job market? And that is why we can influence a lot, because we are actors in the labor market. We also want to really see whether education particularly can change And we like the reforms that the government has done so that we prepare our students, particularly for the private sector. In the past, our education was about produce the next generation of civil servants, the white-collar jobs, but it appears now it's the blue-collar jobs, work skills. So critical thinking, problem solving needs to be embedded in our education, and that is what we want to embark on, changing the quality of our education and focusing on the relevance of our education, and particularly focusing on the future of education.
Well, that's our reporter, George Maringa, there, speaking to the CEO of Equity. But remember, that program of Wings to Fly, live from the Kenyatta University, will be coming to you live on KTN Home. So if you want to follow